Amanfo adiachi bia enenso ye koya edibia ba. 3 health days are any say refi. Number 1, 20th March bia on the World Health Organization's calendar is marked as World Oral Health Day. And until it do 20th March and going forward we need to remember say good oral health is essential in our daily lives because it's essential for eating, for breathing, and for interacting or speaking. Don't also forget that good oral health contributes to our overall health and well-being. If you have good dentition, trust me, it boosts your confidence when you are interacting with people. And yes, yeshia a bon koma. Asema ye kan enye serekura obun se 32 yi na hata so say ya because you muye. But apro na adidi komu a. Asema ye kan serekura obun se o de wabọ game because who ko bie so sesi ya ensemporo mo na fra na ku. According to World Health Organization, unfortunately, almost half of the population of the world have some form of gum or tooth problems. It's very unfortunate. Here are some tips to maintain good oral health. You need to brush at least twice daily. It's very important. Biblim had ye say no. And ye once no cry sometimes nyame ampata you rate me fi na shiagu. But you need to brush at least twice daily. So only dentist ekasa one advice or more money say anytime you catch a common cold, you need to change your toothbrush. And so many workers say living legend be using the toothbrush for the past 5 years on that. We need to make the habit of changing our toothbrush regularly. But like the advice goes, anytime you catch a common cold, do well to change your toothbrush. You need to cut down on sugar as much as possible in order to maintain good oral health. The advice goes once again, avoid all forms of tobacco or smoking. It is not good in maintaining good oral health. Cut down on nkwapias. And also if you want to maintain good oral health, then you need to cut down completely on the consumption of alcohol. And then the final tip, choose water over other drinks. And you assume CB. I just when you drink, be able to wash it down. Please, you need to choose water over other drinks in order to maintain good oral health. And then last but not the least, make sure you visit a dentist at least once every year. Elsewhere, they do that religiously. But over a bibrim haya, say, Nesina to two no, one whole night I'm to me and Napadia. There is no way of a dentist. We need to change that narrative and make sure we visit a dentist at least once every year. Moving forward, 22nd March is also celebrated as World Water Day. Water is life. No two ways about that. But you should know that contaminated drinking water causes diarrhea, it causes dysentery, it causes typhoid. Of course, we cannot leave out cholera. And then again, it causes polio. Never forget that clean water is a basic human right. And yet, very unfortunate, about 2.2 billion people do not have access to clean water. So you heard the makeup of the human body here. Water forms about 75% of our entire makeup. That is because the blood that runs through our veins contains 85% of water. Our brain consists of 75% of water. The human lungs consist of 90% of water as well. Our skin also consists of 80% of water. Water also makes up 24% of the bones in our body. And then our muscles also contain 75% of water. There is no way as human beings we can live and function without water. That is why it is advised that we need to consume at least 8 glasses of water a day. One part of the day I am very critical in taking water. It's when you wake up early in the morning, when you have not even brushed your teeth. Trust me, you are golden. Water is indeed life. And then finally, 24th March of every year is World TB Day. Tuberculosis is a bacterial infection. Most often it affects the human lungs, but it can also affect other organs in the body, like the brain. Tuberculosis is preventable and it's also curable. But painstakingly, about 1.3 million people die from tuberculosis each year. Let's all join hands with the World Health Organization to end TB once and for all. When we consider the stages of tuberculosis, as soon as you are exposed to the bacteria that causes tuberculosis, then that is the primary infection stage. If you are infected and you do not have any symptoms, then you are at the latent stage. That is what we call inactive tuberculosis or the latent infection stage. But the moment you develop symptoms and then you become contagious, that is when you are in the active infection stage. Tuberculosis is very common. About 10 million people become ill with the condition every year. What we should know is that the disease usually spread through an infected person coughing, sneezing, talking, singing, even laughing. Once the person is infected, is showing symptoms and have become contagious, a person can spread the disease easily through all these channels. However, for you to be infected or for you to catch the disease from an infected person, then it means you spend a lot of time with that infected person. The person has bad cough lasting more than 2 weeks. There is pain in the chest. You begin to cough up blood or sputum. There is fatigue or weakness. There is loss of appetite, and then most clearly there is weight loss. And then there can be chills and fever. When TB is left untreated, it can become very fatal. And so as soon as you notice all these symptoms, you need to report immediately to your healthcare provider so that you can start the treatment for the condition. Unfortunately, one thing that is associated with tuberculosis is stigmatization. Nipano, because of the bad cough, because of the weight loss and all that, sometimes it mimics the signs and symptoms of someone who has HIV. And so there's a lot of stigmatization associated with this condition. But if we join hands with the World Health Organizations and learn more about the condition and stay healthy, then we'll be able to end TB for good. Among for and then 3 health days we need to keep on our calendar. And no. Thanks so much for watching. Don't subscribe to the channel now, please do, and watch other videos on this channel as well. Tell somebody about the He4 channel. Thanks once again for watching. Adios.